Directed from Mr. Zollo on behalf of the Old Northport Road, Lawrence Road Task Force. We're concerned about the recent news articles and the postponement of the court date for the Jesco case. So if you could possibly give us an update on that.
Is this thing on? Yep. I have a question for you, Ms. Gary. You were in town hall yesterday, I think, meeting with Supervisor Vecchio and a bunch of the task force people. You didn't come by and see me and ask these questions. I've been in my office all day, 9 to 4.
John, let me tell you something. You're out of order.
No, I'm not, Supervisor.
I will rule you out of order.
Why can't you call me during normal work hours?
Well, that's not for you to question why she's here.
Well, I don't think...
Just answer the question if you can.
That's fine. I just think that's...
Mr. Derubius went on much longer than I anticipated, and I have a life, and the fact that I'm here tonight, once again sacrificing my time, is,
I understand that, but you've emailed me in the past, you've called me in the past, so I just wonder why would you in the public forum.
It just came up. I've been away on vacation.
Michelle, you have no right to question this lady as to why she didn't call you or ask you. She's asking you the question here now, and your job is to answer it.
I understand. I apologize.
So you should for your impertinence.
What was the question?
Break, John.
I was just wondering, Mr. Zollo, if you could update us on the status of the Jesco. Not in a position to answer it, as he's not the legal person. So we were wondering if this new potential plan is influenced the postponement.
With respect to the Jesco case, I believe the date is of September 23rd. I think KPE is into October. Jesco was submitted to the court. We did not ask it to be adjourned. The defendants asked to be adjourned. And if you saw in today's Newsday, the Jesco moved their facilities to Leonard Shore, is not going to be submitting any opposition to our request for a permanent injunction. Mr. Soma is the attorney for Tom Gesuale Sr. He's the one who asked for the extension of time to answer. I don't suspect he's going to actually be putting any opposition in it because one of the things that Mr. Gesuale Sr. has discussed with the prospect of working with KPE2 is doing some residential development in the area. So I believe the date is September 23rd. With respect to the KPE2 litigation, we had a conference with Justice LaSalle's law secretary about 2 weeks ago, and I think Martin Simon might have sent you an email letting you know that we were doing that, and that was at my request because I had gotten a phone call from the attorney for KPE2, and I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but after he called me, I said, why don't we go see the judge on this? Basically, their position is we don't want to fight, KPE2 doesn't want to fight the town on this. They'd like to have the court gave a long adjournment date so they can work. That would be KPE2, specifically Mr. Heinlein from the company, working with Mr. Tom Gesuale Sr. to see if they could put together a residential development. So they asked for more time. But remember this, on both cases, the restraining orders are still in effect. With respect to the Jesco restraining order, it basically prohibits them from bringing any other material or equipment on site. That was Justice Martin's decision, and I think, as I might have expressed to you before when we spoke, and if I didn't, that I'm confusing it with the KPE2 case, I apologize. One of the things Justice Martin asked when we went for the restraining order, where has the town been for the last 40 or so years? And that's the question I always have a difficult time answering. But the restraining order is there, I think, through Frank DeRubius' office with the cooperation of the representatives of KPE2 and Jesco, Gesuale, and the people of 1 Lawrence Road, because there's many of them, that they'll come up with a project that can be moved forward for the residential development of the property. But I just want to let you know that I didn't ask for the adjournments or extension of time in any of those cases. They made an application to the court, and the court granted it.
Yeah, we were just curious if the new plan for residential housing was an influence in the adjournment.
The answer is that was the request of the attorney was one of the things he said he didn't want the judge on KPE2. He did not want the court to make a final decision on the case because he had a sense of how the case might end up. So rather than getting stuck with a permanent injunction, he asked the court to put it out to October 15th, I think is the date. So they can try to come up with a viable plan for development for the property and not have the court render a decision that would affect them permanently with respect to their current uses on the property. The property residential, which is what it's zoned, we're not harmed. We're in a good spot.
Thank you. And I apologize if you think I put you on the spot. That was not my intention.
I apologize to you. I just wish you'd call me because I'm always available 9 to 4.
I'm a busy woman, Mr. Zollo.
Okay.
Mary Beth
I apologize.
Siskins?